they're dry. You see there's no marrow in the bone. You see they're scattered all over the valley. They ain't even full skeletons. I mean, the bones are scattered all over the valley. They're just bones. But answer me a question, Ezekiel. Can these bones live? Ezekiel answers the only way he knows how to answer. Lord, you know. Critical race theory was born out of critical legal theory. Am I teaching y'all something today? There emerged two common beliefs linking all critical race theories. First, white supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's just a fact. How in the world are you going to fight against that being taught in any school? White supremacy has subordinated black people and other people of color. That's a fact. Why don't you want that to be taught in school? You let your schools teach us that Columbus discovered America. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that George Washington couldn't tell a lie. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that some slave owners were beneficent and good slave owners. There were no good slave owners. Anybody who owned people was evil. That's a lie. You let your schools teach us that Abraham Lincoln was good for Negroes. No, Abraham Lincoln was trying to save the Union. And Abe Lincoln himself said if he could save the Union and keep black people in chains, he would do it. That's a lie. Come on, somebody. You let them teach us about a white Jesus. You let them teach us that Native Americans were the aggressors. Come on, somebody. That white folk had a manifest destiny and that the pilgrims were good to Native Americans. That's a lie. All day, every day, you let them teach us lies. All throughout my history in school, I was taught lies. But you got a problem with critical race theory because it teaches the truth that white supremacy has subordinated black people and people of color. The right to bear arms. Let me just back up a little bit and let me take you on back to the late 1960s when Ronald Reagan was the governor of California. And they were oppressing black folk, and a group of men and women known as the Black Panther Party decided that they were going to defend the rights of black folk. And the Black Panthers decided that the Second Amendment wasn't just for white folk. So they strapped themselves with guns and showed up at the Capitol in California. And when they saw them Negroes with guns, come on, somebody. That's why I say if you ever really want to get gun laws changed, just strap all these Negroes up. They'll change them laws before the week is over. When the Black Panthers, watch this, I want you to read, the California legislator passed what was called the Mulford Act. It was a gun control act that decided who could get guns, who couldn't get guns, what could be in your background, what couldn't be in your background. It was the first time in history that the National Rifle Association, the NRA, supported restrictive gun legislation, all because black folk had the nerve to get strapped. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, go get strapped. Amen, somebody. Y'all gonna say Bishop told us to get strapped. I said it. Go get strapped. It just got real quiet up in here. But y'all already know I'm a triple P. Amen. Y'all know what a triple P is, right? A pistol packing preacher. Amen, somebody. Peace to the family. What's happening, y'all? Y'all already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. Let me get this. Let me get this. Got to get a couple things popping here. Hey, what's happening? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Can't let y'all hear the music because, well, you already know. You already know. Facebook be tripping. When we play certain things. Let me see what we're going to do here. We need to get the gram up. That's what we need to do. We need to get the gram up. Let's get the gram in here. Let's get the gram up. Oh, that ain't working. Thought I had this set up. It's been a long time, y'all. I shouldn't have left you. But I had to travel. I had some things I had to do. You know, y'all know how that go. Peace to the gram. Now let me get Twitter in here. Let me get the Twitter spaces in here. Let's see. Let's get the Twitter space in. There we go. Y'all already know what to do. Rep your city, rep your town. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Let me know where you are chiming in from. Don't be scared to rep your city, rep your town. Got Coltrane in the background. Y'all know how we start out. Y'all know how we start out. Y'all know how we do on Fridays. Got to do what we do. Good morning, good morning. Chi-Town, I see you. Come on, rep your city, rep your town. Don't be afraid. Where y'all at? Happy Friday. Let me get about to throw on the Otis Redding. There we go. Otis is on, y'all. Otis is in here. She may be weary. Let me see here. I think I'm good now. I think I'm good now. Try a little tenderness. Let me see. You know she's waiting. Try a little tenderness. Is my daughter on here? Is she talking junk about my singing? I just want to know. It's not just sentimental, no. Her griefs and cares. Virginia and Texas, Angelique. Okay. Wilmington, Delaware, I see you. All right, let's go. You won't regret it. Try a little. Squeeze her, don't tease her. Da, da. All right, let's get it. Happy Friday. Come on, rep your city, rep your town. Let me know where you're chiming in from. Come on, let's do it. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Huh? Hater. All right, who we here? Who we here? The 413 is up in here.
Every day you get up, you've been given a gift. That's why they call it the present. And it's up to you of how.
All right, I see you, New Jersey.
Today is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift.
I see you, Quincy.
Let the pain of your past bleed into your present.
Florida.
Your future. Stop replaying the
I see ya.
happened to me. When it's done with
Chicago.
with it. If it seems like you keep running into pigeons, it's an indication.
Okay, grandbabies.
So set yourself
Yeah.
higher. Remember,
I see the ATL on the tube.
if you can see the invisible,
Yeah.
impossible. Allow
Good
your
morning.
successes to be a stepping stone
Where y'all at?
to propel you into new
Where y'all at?
So be
Okay, Maryland.
your past accomplishments.
What's happening?
You're only as great as your last success.
Brooklyn's in the house.
Your hunger and your passion. Remember,
Yeah.
within every seed
What's up,
there is a
Worcester?
tree, and every tree there is an
Up the
apple.
road in Central Mass. I see you repping the whole state of Texas.
Prepare you for your ultimate purpose. It was
Yes.
not a setback, it was a setup.
Ah.
Your purpose and potential is bigger than your past.
Let's go.
Or problem.
Rep your city, rep your town. Unfortunately, I can't get y'all on the gram on there, but I see you in Panama City. I see you in Virginia and Texas. I see you in Wilmington, Delaware. I see y'all. Y'all are not going unnoticed. Good morning.
Successful people will do the things they hate.
Good
Things
morning.
they love. Much of life is about sacrifice. You got to give up something to get something. Success is not about what you've accomplished, but it's what you have overcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Life, which qualifies you for the
Yes.
next level. You have to be willing to face your challenges and overcome them.
Brenham,
Most
Texas.
people
Okay.
drive 12,000 miles a year.
Let's
Move
go.
Forward. The most accidents are caused when they move backwards.
Let's go, y'all.
Focus on
Tell a friend, tell somebody we're on the air right now.
It's your daily routine that determines your success.
Let me see. We're going to be dealing with the enemy from within.
What's more important?
Sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Yeah, black folk, we are our own worst enemy.
It will cost you
It's a
everything.
doggone shame, but
So don't be too smart
It
for
is
your
what
own
it
good.
is.
Remember, hard head,
What you gonna do?
soft behind. What's more important than your five senses is
90.7 WTCC. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Black Love Experience. Good to be with you. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. The end of the week, rolling into the weekend. I want to thank my frat brother, my fellow Steelers fan, my man Ernie Johnson, Deacon Ernie Johnson, for bringing us up into the 9 o'clock hour, Friday morning inspirations. And shout out to Ernie, who just did his last show on WTCC. As of next week, Elder EW is going to be taking over the Friday morning slot. But EJ has been on here for 35 years, y'all. And I was saying, well, maybe EJ giving it up. Maybe I should retire, step away from the radio. But then I realized he been on here for 35. I only been on for 26. So I guess I got to go at least another 9 years, y'all, to catch up to Ernie. But shout out to Ernie for giving us so many years of dedicated community service here on WTCC, and the best to him as he enters the next phase of life, retirement, hanging out with his family, doing all the things that you live to do. Um, and he'll still be around, just not here every Friday. He'll probably be, you know, traveling somewhere, doing some exciting thing with his life that he deserves to be able to do at this stage. So shout out to EJ, and welcome to LDEW, coming in to continue the tradition of good music on every Friday. Um, so listen, today I just, um, we spend a lot of time fighting against open enemies. Those who don't mean us any good, who are trying to erase our history and relegate us to second class citizenship and take away our votes and all that stuff. And we spend a lot of time, carrying the baton from our ancestors to continue the struggle. And it is a continuation of the struggle, believe it or not. Um, but what's more disheartening is the fact that we got to fight the enemy from within. Got to fight the enemy from within. Those who are supposed to have your back, supposed to be fighting the fight along with you, but are stabbing you in the back at the same time, trying to undermine you. And it's always them Negroes who are smiling in your face, grinning from ear to ear, pretending that they down with you and all of that, who be moving shady behind the scenes and think you don't know. That's the thing about it, is they think they so smooth that you don't know what they do. They don't understand the depths of your networks and how you know exactly what they're doing even when you don't say anything. And from personal experience, I got black elected officials moving behind the scenes shady, trying to undermine the work that we do on a daily basis and think you don't know that that's what's happening. Um, we are sometimes our own worst enemy. Yes, Olivia, backstab era. Exactly. They smile in your face all the time, want to take your place. Backstabbers. And then what kills me is then I go and I look on social media and they be the main ones talking about unity and we need to work together while they working to undermine other black people. Yeah, and I'm talking about right here in the field. So you don't think it's some abstract conversation. I'm talking about, you know, some ambiguous individuals, way off somewhere because I travel the world and across the nation. So I don't want y'all to get it twisted and think I'm talking about somebody in Atlanta or Tennessee or Ohio. I'm talking about right here in the field. Talking about black elected officials and others right here in the field who be smiling in your face and working against your best interest behind your back and think you don't know it. So we're talking about the enemy from within. Tell a friend, tell somebody we're on the air. 413-736-2781. I see my guy, um, Michael Henry, Dr. Michael Henry, down in Battle Creek, Michigan, by way of Ocala, Florida. Yeah, I remember, man, over 40 something years ago. When I was a teenager traveling to Ocala with bruh Henry. And I never forget a couple things on the ride there and back. But I remember we would listen to the radio and before I was ever a member of the NAACP, this white guy said, NAACP stands for niggas, alligators, apes, coons, and possums. I was like, whoa, we must be in Florida. We must be in the South. But anyway, shout out to my man Michael Henry in Battle Creek. Shout out to everybody from everywhere. Yeah, I didn't say it. He said it. Nathaniel Anderson said it. Y'all see what he said. I might have to play that song. Dude. I might have to play that song. So anyway, we're talking about the people that Nathaniel Anderson just described. Let me put it up again so y'all know who we talking about. Yeah, we talking about them. And those folk who talk about freedom and unity and all that, but at the same time trying to undermine other black people behind the scenes. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781 is the number here if you want to chime in on the conversation. Keep it locked right here on 90.7. We'll be right back.
You say you sold out because black women are loud and crass. What? And your precious white woman is the epitome of class? Are you so blind that you cannot see? That pale girl child ain't got nothing on me. For hundreds of years we have stood by your side, accepted your flaws
and allowed you your pride,
bore your children and cleaned up your mess, satisfied your lust and always settled for less. We have stayed in the background and allowed you to lead, trusting in your strength and ability to succeed, never getting the praise and credit we deserve, but having the courage, the will,
and the nerve,
for being the backbone that has kept it together for you and our children in all kinds of weather. And suddenly you say we're not good enough for you. We forced you to sell out because of the things we did. Well, where was that white woman when that white man you hate was
cracking the whip?
In the boardroom, the warehouse, and on the slave ship. She stood by his side and didn't say a word, waiting for her own chance to rule and be heard. And now it's her you turn to and treat like a queen? And me and
my sisters you choose to demean?
Well, hold up, wait a minute, and stop the damn bus. Because there are a few things I need to remind you about us. Listen up. A more beautiful creature
God never made
than an African woman, no matter her shade. High, yellow, red bone, or
cocoa brown.
We are more than worthy of wearing a crown. Ebony, mocha, or
Black as a night.
It is we who have always shared in your plight. We are passionate, spiritual,
Loving and kind.
A more generous heart you'll never find than the one that beats inside the body of a Nubian queen. The hardest working, loving, giving woman you've ever seen.
Oh, I didn't know this.
But we give and forgive until there's little left. Then we're forced to put up our guard to avoid
your theft.
The theft of our hearts and our trust, the very nature of our soul, by our so-called brothers who are just playing
a role.
And you wonder why some of us act as we do? Take a look in the mirror, because the answer is you. It's not enough that the white man has always tried to keep us down, but our own men act as though they'd love to see us drown. And white women have never invited us to join their equal rights struggle. So we're out here alone with a million things we juggle, raising the children that black men leave behind, and dealing with the racism of the daily corporate grind. Damn, it's no wonder some of us are loud. Hell, we're just trying to be heard. In a world where everyone, including our men, ignore our every word. Where are the brothers who understand a black woman's worth?
Right here,
Who will protect and stand by us, for we are the salt of this earth. We birthed you, raised you, and showered you with love. It was we who taught you to love your creator above. We gave you all we had and taught you to be men. Open your eyes, it is us, your black sisters, not Bo Derek's kind who rates a perfect 10. And one final word for the sellout who claim to be brothers. When you turn your back on us, you disrespect your mothers. Did you hear that?
90.7 WTCC. That's a response to the sellout. Y'all know who you is. 413-736-2781. Keep it locked right here on WTCC. Yeah.
Expressed on this program are solely those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of WTCC Radio or Springfield Technical Community College.
Yeah, 90.7 WTCC. Good morning to everybody out there. I was going to play something. Let me see. I see you, Riverview, Florida. I see you, Oakboro, North Kakalaki. Good morning, caller.
Hi, Papa.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fair to middling. How are you?
I'm good. We're on our way to Summer Bridge, and I was like, let's call in the Papa.
Oh, okay. On your way to Summer who?
Summer Bridge.
Oh, okay. So in case y'all don't know, this is my brilliant 14-year-old granddaughter, Kaya. On her way to Summer Bridge, the debate team champion and scholar and all that. And she's on her way to boarding school here in Massachusetts come the fall. So that's exciting from the Chi back here to Massachusetts. So she's calling in the show today. What you got to say to the people, Kaya?
Hi, everybody. Have a great day.
Okay, baby. Love you.
Okay, bye, Papa. Love you.
All right. 413-736-2781. That's my grandbaby, y'all. Let me see. Mona wants to talk. I don't know. Let me see. What's happening, Mona? We ain't even got to the subject, but you got something on your mind. What's up? Come on, Mona. Come on. All right. Maybe not. Maybe Mona don't want to talk. I don't know. I tried to get her in, but hey, it is what it is. 413-736-2781. See, in the Twitter space, y'all got to be quick on the draw now. Y'all can't put the request in and then go make your grits because you don't know when I'm going to pull you up. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781. What did I say? Okay, yeah, I wanted to play this song. So let me play this song and then let's get into our conversation. We're talking about the enemy in front of you. It's rarely the one who wounds you the most. My Uncle Ben, the one who ran this show for 40 plus years, used to always say when people would stab you in the back and do dirty things to you, he said, you must have helped them, because there's a proclivity for folk that you help, that you bend over backwards to help, to endorse, to push, to assist. That somewhere down the line, they're stabbing you in the back. Yeah. I see you, State Senator Adam Gomez on the gram. Good morning. Yeah, they stab you in the back down the line. We're going to deal with it. We're going to deal with it. But I like this song Troy Davis put out. So I'm going to play a little bit of it, and then we'll get right into our conversation.
Baby got something to say. And Donald Glover said his best. This is America. Yeah. This is America. Ain't nothing really changed. Yeah, progress made, but they still move the same, just different names. This is America. They still treating us as three folks. Yeah. This is America, but we ain't taking it anymore. This is America, where the rich get richer and poor folks struggling just to make a dinner. Politicians smile while the people losing hope. Whole communities drowning while they selling us a road. They say freedom ringing, but who really hearing bells? Kids getting murdered while they building private cells. Turn the news on, another mother crying tears, another young black soul gone before his best years. Racism dressed up in a suit and tie. Ain't got a microphone spreading every lie. They call it policy, we know it's designed to keep power and money in the same hands every time. Corporations buying souls and controlling votes. Truth getting buried while propaganda flows. Money over people, that's the American way. If you ain't got dollars, they don't care what you say. Hey, ain't nothing really changed. Yeah, progress made, but they still move the same, just different names. This is America. They still treating us as three fourths, baby. This is America, but we ain't taking it anymore. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. No, 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 yeah. This is America, where justice move blind, depending on your skin and your last name. Sometimes one man protesting labeled angry and dangerous, another storm the Capitol, somehow still patriots. Tell me how that work, tell me how that felt. Let's hear our voices every time we aware. Divide and conquer, been the game for years. Keep us fighting each other while they profit off fears. Violence everywhere.
Hey, Tammy, what's happening, sis?
Shots before they learn and beat. Schools underfunded, but prisons built fed. Then they wonder why the cycle keep repeating in the black, and discrimination still alive in disguise. Sometimes it ain't changed, sometimes it's denied. Denied for a loan, denied for a job, denied for a future while they applaud the mob. But we rising. Yeah, the people waking up now. Too many truths exposed to cover up now. We've had a silence, tired of fake change, tired of hashtags, while the pain remains. This is America, but America gotta hear it.
This is America.
Ain't nothing really changed. Yeah, progress made, but they still move the same, just different names.
This is America.
They still treating us as three fourths. Yeah, this is America, but we ain't taking it anymore. Woo. No more fear. No more fear. No more silence. No more silence. No more pretending hate don't exist. This is America. Hey.
Yeah, y'all. This is America. Yeah, this is America. Yeah, y'all know this is America, right? Y'all know that. 413-736-2781, 413-736-2781 is the number here. If you want to chime in on the conversation. Good morning to everybody from everywhere who's checking in on all of the different platforms. I swear we don't have it straightened out. Well, we really haven't tried to straighten it out, but maybe I'll send something over to Meta because they keep me suppressed on the gram. We used to do way bigger numbers on the gram. Now we're doing single digits on the gram. And those of you who consistently come on the gram can testify to that. They have something called shadow banning, which means they suppress your feed to keep your message from getting out. Because we got 1.7 thousand, we got 1,700 people on YouTube. And let me see. We got close to 300 people on Facebook. Let me see what we got on X. So the numbers on the gram just don't make good sense. Don't make good sense at all. Because we got another over 1,000 people on Twitter. You do all those numbers and then the gram is in single digits. Makes no sense. But it is what it is. We're still getting the message out. 413-736-2781. 413-736-2781. And we're on 4,000 watts. Yeah. So we got an audience right here through WTCC. Got our 4,000 watts right here. Sun City Center, Florida is in here. Let me see who else we got in. Well, let me just throw the feed back up. Y'all can see for yourself. Folks are still checking in from where they checking in from. Good morning. So after more than 40 years, I cut my teeth on civil rights activism as a young man. I was actually taken under the wing of, in addition to, of course, having the major influence of my family, my mom and my dad and uncles and such, and watching them move and how they operated and how they gave back to the community. Major influence, Used to see my mom on TV and during the time of the desegregation of schools, and used to see my dad doing his work up at the University of Massachusetts, and my uncle doing his work in various areas of my Uncle Talbert, my Uncle Ben. Then I was taken under the wing of a Jewish lawyer named Arthur Sirota. And we used to go and visit young black men who were incarcerated. And Art's thing was to set something up for them when they got out of prison, so could reduce the rate of recidivism of black men who would go to prison, come back, have nothing to connect to in the community, and go back to prison. And then Art set up the learning tree and other things. And so I was active as a teenager. And then, of course, when I went away to college, I was active in the anti-apartheid movement. Was part of the student movement that forced the University of Massachusetts to divest out of
South Africa during apartheid. We took over the Whitmore Administration Building. That was the building my dad worked in. He was the Director of Staff Training and Development for the University of Massachusetts. And we took over the Whitmore Administration Building to force the chancellor to make good on a promise to divest out of South Africa. So I was a student activist. And so, so I'm not new to this. I'm not new to this. For all the people people will always question you without understanding the depth of the history of your involvement in things. They don't understand that. It was announced just this week, and I communicated with the district attorney to congratulate him on the work that they did in solving the murder of Celestina Perez through DNA evidence. 31-year-old case. And almost 30 years ago, I was a much younger man than I am now. And I was the chairman of the Million Man March Committee. Those of you who were involved during that time, you may remember this. There was a spate of murders of Black, Latino women across Springfield that were cold cases that they basically closed the books on. And we noticed a distinct difference in how they treated cases where the victims were white women versus Black women, Latino women, etc. We noticed the difference with how the media covered the Lisa Ziegert case versus the Corrine Lee case. And some of you won't recognize these names because you're too young. Lisa Ziegert, they humanized her, and what a tragedy. Then Corrine Lee gets killed, and they said, welfare mother of 3 found in dumpster. Yeah, that was our local newspaper. And so a number of us said, no, we got to do something about this. And we pushed for the reopening of cases. Brother Johnny Muhammad, the Nation of Islam, was very instrumental in providing information during that time. And we got Mayor Albano's administration to reopen some of those cases, which resulted in the conviction of Alfred Gaynor as a serial killer and 4 murders of Black women that were solved. But we had pushed to put a monument up. We wanted it put in Mason Square because we wanted to recognize the women from the community whose cases were unsolved. So we had a list of names that we were going to put on the monument, put it in Mason Square to commemorate the lives of these women so they would never be forgotten, regardless of what the police decided to do in terms of their cases. We got opposition from Black folks. Yeah, from Black folks. Oh, that's not going to look good on the community, yada, yada, yada. They were killed in the community. They were from the community. Why wouldn't we want to acknowledge them in the community? So we got opposition from the neighborhood councils run by Black folk. We got opposition from the NAACP. At that time, Darnell Williams was the president. He consistently went to the media to question our efforts to recognize these women and to oppose the monument. And because the city wanted us to have the support of the neighborhood councils, they wouldn't allow us to put it in the Black neighborhood where most of these women were from. So we worked with then mayor, Michael Albano, to have it placed downtown at a location right between City Hall and Symphony Hall and the courthouse. We raised the money for it. Million Man March Committee. Minnie Galloway, I had a committee together. Minnie Galloway and some others raised the money to create the monument, put the names on the monument, and so we got it placed in downtown Springfield. It's still there right now. If you go right on the side of the courthouse, if you walk from the courthouse over towards to Symphony Hall, you'll see the monument sitting there. And there are names that are on that monument at that time of sisters who had been murdered, and their murders were unsolved. Shayna Price, Myrtle Merritt, Lisa De Silva, Corrine Lee, Vera Hallams, Celestina Perez, Robin Atkins, Joanne Thomas, Loretta Daniels, Rosemary Downs, Joyce Dickerson, and Terry Thomas. Those were the names that were placed on that monument. These were all women who had been murdered between 1990 and 1998, whose murders were unsolved. Of course, as I stated, there were several that have been solved since that time because we pushed and pushed for them to be reopened. So there are some who've been solved, and thankfully, although it's 31 years and it doesn't bring back Celestina Perez, her murder has now been solved. But if you go downtown, you'll see that monument that says, "In memory of our sisters, of our slain sisters of the community." And you'll see Celestina Perez's name on that monument. We put that monument up. We were opposed to put that monument up by black people. And it's a piece of history that needs to be acknowledged. So, I say all of that. This is not new. Facing the opposition of your own people, it's not new. That was 30 years ago. And today, it's the same. Still facing opposition from our own people, even today. So when it comes to activism and those things, I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. And it's funny because it's when I hear some of the folks questioning stuff, it's like, yeah, we were doing this before you were born. We were doing this before you knew what your name was. And so after more than 4 decades of being in the ministry and civil rights advocacy and community organizing, I learned a difficult but necessary lesson. And that is that the greatest opposition, is not always the greatest disappointment. Because I expect resistance from those who reject what I represent. I expect opposition from people who defend white supremacy, from people who deny that systemic racism exists, for people who resent black empowerment, for people who oppose justice, because they don't pretend to be allies. They don't pretend to be on the side of justice. They tell you exactly where they stand. And I can appreciate the fact that they tell you where they stand. There's nothing ambiguous about it. So their criticism, the threats that they make when they call and threaten to kill me and all that kind of stuff, their attempts to discredit me, that's accompanied the work that I do from the very beginning, from the time I was a teenager in my 20s on up to now on the 6th floor, being over 60 years old now. It's not surprising. It's been consistent. What has always been more painful is something that is altogether different, and that's the betrayal that comes from the folk who share your skin color. And you've heard the saying over and over again, all skin folk, somebody put it in the comment section, you already know what it is. All skin folk ain't kin folk. All right? From the people who look like you, the people who speak your language, who attend your church services, who occupy leadership positions in your community, who publicly claim to share your commitment to justice while privately working to undermine you. And history teaches us that no movement has ever just been weakened by outside opposition. Never just outside opposition. It's always been crippled by division, jealousy, ego, and internal sabotage. And every week, what do we see? Negroes jumping on Facebook, doing live streams, podcasts, bashing other Negroes. Okay? Slamming the preachers and the this and the that and the other and the other and the other and the other. You have to understand, the civil rights movement was infiltrated not only by government agencies, but it was also weakened by internal rivalries, by misinformation, by personal agendas. You didn't endorse my guy, so now I'm going to attack you. You didn't support this issue that I wanted you to support, so now I'm going to attack you. And no entity in the black community has been exempt from it. Black churches have experienced it, community organizations. You got elected officials right now in our city working behind the scenes to undermine black community organizations, trying to get them defunded, trying to question the work that they do. They're not going after white organizations. They're going after small black organizations who operate on a shoestring, who do more with no money than some agencies that get millions of dollars, do more impactful work. And we got black elected officials running behind the scenes, calling up city officials, trying to undermine those organizations. Political movements have experienced it. Families experience it. Hell, Jesus experienced it. Because the one who betrayed Jesus was not a Roman soldier. It was one of his 12 disciples. And that reality should never be forgotten. Because far too often, we spend so much energy preparing ourselves for attacks from the obvious opponents that we neglect to guard against those who claim to be on the same side. And we just have to chill out, grit our teeth and bear it as they smile in our face when they see us in public spaces. When you know what they're doing behind the scenes, you know the phone calls they're making, you know the questions that they're raising, you know how they're trying to undermine you behind the scenes. And then you got to deal with them smiling in your face like they actually support you. Because you always got these Negroes who applaud you publicly while questioning your integrity privately. They congratulate your accomplishments and secretly hope your next endeavor fails. Shake your hands after spending time trying to damage your reputation. They question the grants you receive without ever acknowledging the lives that your efforts have changed. They criticize your leadership, but they offer no meaningful solutions of their own. Then they weaponize social media. They weaponize political relationships, whisper conversations, because envy is easier than excellence. And it's not about disagreement, because healthy disagreement is necessary. You know, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. So when you come together and you disagree on strategy and stuff, and you discuss it and you come out with a better solution that will help everybody, that's good disagreement. But this is about calculated efforts to diminish somebody else's credibility because their success makes you uncomfortable. Their influence makes you uncomfortable. And the tragedy is that our community is already struggling against systemic injustice, and we can't afford this internal warfare that's fueled by people's egos. Every hour spent tearing down another black leader is an hour not spent that's confronting policies that disproportionately harm our community. Every rumor that's spread goes out faster than the truth, and every unnecessary division weakens our collective voice. And then these same folk never challenge systems of oppression, but they got endless energy to challenge other black people. Y'all don't believe me? Just go ahead. Roll through your social media. Roll through your social media and see what I'm talking about. And meanwhile, the real problems still remain. Our children are still attending underfunded schools. Our families are still struggling with poverty. Mass incarceration is continuing. Healthcare disparities still persist. Housing discrimination still remains. Economic inequality widens and gets bigger and bigger. And those issues that demand our attention don't get it because of these personal vendettas described as principle. You know, so many bigger fish to fry. But you spending time targeting this person's organization because you don't like this person because he wouldn't kiss your ring. But, you know, thank God we got some folk who don't succumb to the criticism. Because if every leader quit because of criticism, no movement would survive. The assignment is greater than the applause. The calling is greater than the criticism. And purpose must always be greater than popularity. And so I learned not to measure success by the number of people that are cheering. Don't measure a person by their friends. Measure them by their enemies. All right? Success is not measured by the people cheering, but by the lives that are being impacted and changed. Because the opinions of your critics fluctuate. Public approval comes and goes because the same folk clapping for you today will be trying to crucify you tomorrow like they did Jesus. They clapped for him on Sunday. By Friday, they said crucify him. The greatest response to people who hope you quit, who hope you'll fail, is not retaliation. It's perseverance. That's why they can't stop people like me. Because I learned perseverance. That your criticism, your Facebook lives, your little clandestine commentary and stuff ain't gonna never stop me. I'm gonna continue serving, continue organizing, continue speaking, continue to love people who may never love me back, continue to build institutions that are going to outlive my critics. I'm going to continue mentoring young leaders who understand that legacy is built through sacrifice and not through social media. And most importantly, you got to refuse to allow bitterness to replace your burden for justice. Because you can get caught up being bitter and trying to retaliate and miss your moment and not take care of your mission. And the people who depend on your voice deserve better than getting caught up in the petty politics of your local situation. Your critics don't determine your calling. And when history is finally written, it's not going to remember those who whispered behind closed doors. It's going to remember those who kept showing up in spite of what was happening. So my call to action for you is this: stay steadfast. Don't allow the gossip to distract you. Don't allow the betrayal to make you bitter, because people will stab you in the back. They will betray you. They will go behind your back trying to undermine you. Don't allow jealousy to silence your voice, to diminish your purpose. Whether you're a pastor, a community leader, activist, an educator, a parent, or just somebody trying to make your neighborhood better, understand that if you're making a meaningful difference, criticism is inevitable. My grandmother used to say they're going to talk about you if you do good. They're going to talk about you if you do bad. They're going to talk about you if you do nothing at all. It's inevitable. It comes from strangers, comes from people you prayed with, comes from people you worked with, comes from people you mentored, and as my Uncle Ben would say, it comes from people you helped. That was his signature saying. When somebody stabbed you in the back, he said, you must have helped them. Those be the Negroes who try to undermine you. I gotta go, y'all. Coming up next is mid-morning jazz and great black music. So keep it locked right here on WTCC. If you're looking for a place to worship, check us out at the Spring of Hope Church of God in Christ, 35 Alden Street, Bishop Talbert Swan Way, the Brick Church right there at 6 Corners, 10 o'clock a.m. Sunday school, 11 o'clock a.m. morning worship, prayer, praise, and preaching. We're building better tomorrows by changing lives today. Check me out on Monday. I'll be back like Arnold Schwarzenegger on the spoken word. So keep it locked right here. Until the next time I talk to you and you talk to me, always remember God loves you, and so do I. Peace and blessings.
There is a gospel being preached in polished shoes and designer suits, wrapped in velvet words and dripping with the shine of stage lights. A gospel that promises blessings, but never promises justice. A gospel that builds mansions, but never builds movements. A gospel that fills offering plates, but never fills empty stomachs. They call it prosperity.